Hi everyone, this is Kara from Maple City Physical Therapy. Today's workout is going to be a yoga routine. We're going to do a vinyasa flow, and I'm going to talk you through the whole thing. So let's get started. So if everybody can just start on just sitting down first. Okay, and before we get started, we're just going to take 3 nice deep breaths. Go in and blow it out. 2 more in through your nose and let it out. And 1 more in through your nose and let it out. Okay, so we're gonna go on to our hands and knees. This is called tabletop position. So your hands are just under your shoulders, your back is flat, and your knees are right under your hips. And we're gonna do 5 cat-cows. So that's arching your back and then flattening your back. As you arch your back, you're gonna blow out. So exhale. As you arch your back, inhale. We're going to do this 5 times. So there's 1. Arch your back. Inhale. 2. Exhale. Arch your back. Breathe in. 3. 2 more. One more. Good. Next exercise is going to be a bird dog. So we're staying in the same position. And from here, we're going to lift up the left leg, keep your back flat, and then lift up the right arm. Good. Drop the arm, drop the leg. We're going to do 4 more. Lift the leg, lift the arm, drop the arm, drop the leg. 3 more. You can combine those if you can do lift both at the same time. 3, lift, 4, 1 more, lift, 5. Okay, switch sides. So now lift up the right leg, lift up the left arm. Left arm down, right leg down. 4 more. 2, 3, 4, and 5. And from here, we're going to go right into a side plank. So I'm going to turn to my left. My right leg is going to come out at a kind of almost at a 90-degree angle. Right hand is under the right shoulder. I'm going to straighten out my left leg. And then I can lift up the left arm overhead. And if I want more of a stretch, you can go right over your head with your arm and hold it. Good. Square up the shoulders, square up the hips. And I'll turn around and go the other way. We're going to do the opposite side now. So left leg goes out at an angle. So your foot's going to come off your mat if you have one. Right leg straightens out. So your foot is as flat as you can get it on the floor. Left hand under my shoulder. Lift up the right arm. Hold. And if you want more of a stretch, go right over your head and it'll get your whole side body with that stretch. Good. Square up the shoulders. Square up the hips. And we are going to go right into a down dog. So plant your hands nice and firm. Fingers spread wide. Curl your toes under. Lift your hips. Now, if you need to, bend your knees because you really want to push the floor away with your hands, keep your back flat. So if your hamstrings and your calves are really tight, just bend your knees a little bit. That's not a big deal. But you really want to push the floor away, keep your head heavy. Good. And from here, we're going to do 3 sun salutations, and I'm gonna walk you through that. You're gonna move forward into a plank, walk your feet forward to your hands. Good, then you're gonna just flatten your back out. You can keep your hands on the floor. I like to put them on my lower legs. Take a deep breath in, drop the hands, and then soften your knees. You're gonna sweep your arms up overhead, look up. Good, and then you're just gonna swan dive forward. So you're gonna keep your back flat, drop all the way down to your hands touch the floor. Take a deep breath in, flat back. Hands planted on the floor now and step both feet back. So now you're in a high plank. And now you're gonna either drop down all the way to the floor or you're gonna drop down halfway and do an up dog. But if you go all the way to the floor, you can stay up like this or you can drop down to your knees. And you're just gonna lower yourself all the way down nice and slow. Keep your elbows in. And then you can take a deep breath in. Lift up, look up a little bit. Exhale, come all the way down flat. Curl your toes under, you're gonna go right back up into a down dog. Good, inhale, walk your feet forward to your hands. Exhale. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, plant your hands. And then you're gonna sweep your arms up overhead again. Look up, reach up. Exhale, swan dive forward. Plant your hands on the floor. Step your feet back. Okay, then you're gonna lower yourself all the way down again, or halfway if you do an up dog. Go all the way down, nice and slow. Uncurl your toes, keep your elbows in. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, curl your toes under. Back into down dog. Do one more time. Inhale, walk your hands to your feet to your hands. Exhale, let it out. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, bend your knees. Sweep your arms up overhead. Reach up, look up. Exhale, swan dive forward. Plant your hands down. Walk your feet back. And then we're gonna do one more chaturanga. So you're gonna drop all the way to the floor again. Exhale. As you go down, inhale, look up, lift up. Exhale, back down. Inhale. As you curl your toes under, go back into down dog. If you want, you can drop into a child's pose so your knees would go apart. And just take a minute here. Why don't we all do that? So knees apart, walk your hands forward, drop your head to the floor. Just give your arms a break, your legs a break. Good, and you can even walk your hands off to one side. Give another side stretch. Back to neutral. And then go to the other side. That should feel pretty good on your side body. And back to neutral. Good, go back up onto your hands and knees. We're gonna do just a couple warrior poses. So we're gonna go back into downward dog. Lift up the right leg. And then bring it forward, stepping between your hands with your right foot. You want to make sure that your ankle is in line with your knee, or maybe even a little bit in front of your knee. Then you're going to plant your left foot down at about a 45-degree angle, and your heel should pretty much be in line here. Okay, when you're ready, walk your way up. Okay, arms go overhead if you can. If you can't, you can keep them on your hips. This is warrior one. Make sure your hips stay facing forward. Don't let them turn. Make sure that left hip stays forward. Shoulders down, away from your ears. You can go into as much of a bend with that right knee as you want. If you want to back off a little, just lean back a little bit. Take some of that bend out of the right knee. We're going to go right into Warrior Two from here. So you're going to open up your hands. You do have to adjust your back foot so that now your back foot is going to be facing perpendicular to your mat. Your arms go out. You bend that front knee a little bit more. Your shoulders should be facing perpendicular to your mat as well. Shoulders away from ears. Good, and then flip your front hand. Don't move your legs at all, but you're going to just lift up that right arm. That left arm goes down. You can look up. This is reverse warrior. Good, back to Warrior Two. And now I'm going to put my right forearm on my right knee or right thigh. And then I'm going to bring up the left arm overhead. You can also bring it overhead this way. Whatever feels best to you. Back to Warrior Two. Good, cartwheel those arms down to the floor. Square up the back foot. And then bring the right leg back. If you need to, drop into child's pose for just a second. And we're going to go right back up and do the other side. So back to downward dog when everyone's ready. Okay, and then we're going to lift up the left leg and bring it through, stepping between your hands. Okay, make sure your hips are squared up. Make sure you have your foundation before you build up any higher. So from here, tighten your core. You can drop that back foot to a 45-degree angle. Your heels should be in line. When you're ready, make your way up. Again, making sure that your hips stay facing forward. Sweep those arms up if you feel ready. Again, or you can just keep them down, whatever's better for you. Shoulders away from the ears. Okay, and then we're gonna turn into Warrior Two. So that back foot is now gonna face at a perpendicular angle to the mat. Arms and shoulders facing perpendicular to the mat as well. And you're looking over your front hand, over your third finger if you can. Get a little bend in that front knee. Try to keep your trunk straight up and down. This is Warrior Two. Okay, flip the front palm. Don't move your bottom half at all. You're just gonna lift up the left arm overhead. Look up. The right arm just kind of comes down at your side. Good, back to Warrior Two. And then bring that left forearm to the left thigh. The right arm is gonna go overhead. And if you want, it can go over your ear. Hold. Warrior Two. Good. Cartwheel the arms to the floor. Back to downward dog. Maybe you're feeling a little bit looser now. Maybe you can get your heels down to the floor. If you can't, that's still no big deal. Okay, from here, we're going to lift up that right leg again and swing it through so it's between your hands. Now we're going to plant the left hand down by your right foot, by the inside of your right foot, and then we're going to lift up the right arm for a twist. If that's too much on your right shoulder, you can keep it at your hip. It's more to turn your shoulders and turn your chest towards the sky. Good. From here, bring that right hand down so you're framing your foot with your two hands, and then drop your back knee. uncurl your toes. And then we're just gonna walk our hands back, straighten out that right leg. This is called a runner stretch. Try to keep your hands on the floor if you can. Some people might need a prop for this. You could put your hands up on some books. You should feel that in your hamstring in this position. The more you flex your toes, the more you'll feel it in your calf as well. But try to keep your back as flat as you can. It's not easy from here. Walk your hands forward, drop that foot so it's flat again. Curl the back toes under, plant the hands down, lift up the back knee, and then sweep that right foot back again, back into downward dog. And we're gonna do the same thing on the other side, so lift up the left leg. And then bring it through, planting your foot between your hands. Keep the right hand down by the inside of your left foot, and then you're gonna start to twist and open up. Sorry, I'm away from you. So twist your shoulders and your chest first, and then when you're ready, you can lift up the left arm if you want. Kind of looking up towards the sky, best you can. Good. Bring that left hand down so you're framing your foot with your two hands. Drop your back knee, uncurl your toes, then walk your hands back. Straighten out that left leg. You might need to readjust it a little bit. Keep your back as flat as you can here. Try to keep your hands on something. Like I said, if you need to, use the books. And just get a nice stretch in your hamstring and your calf. Good. Walk the hands forward. Reframe the foot. Plant your hands down nice and firm. Curl the toes under. Lift the back knee. And then bring that leg back again to downward dog. One more time. All right, let's drop onto our knees. And then you're just going to turn so that you can sit down again. We're going to lay down and do at least maybe one or two more things. So let's go right down onto our backs. I want to do an inversion. So inversions are really good for recovery if you've done any sort of workout or a lot of walking or hiking or running. So we're going to just kind of walk our way down onto our backs. So there's a whole lot of different ways you can do inversions. Even a bridge can be an inversion, but tonight I want to do a inversion with my legs up. So you can do this with your legs up against the wall. This is one way to do it. Another form of an inversion is a headstand, which you could do. You could also do a shoulder stand, which sometimes feels really good, which I'll show you. But we're just going to stay here a couple minutes. You can kind of play with your position. You're just going to walk your elbows under you a little bit. Bring those legs right up. Wiggle the feet around. Spread the toes. Scissor your legs a little bit for some stretch on the inner thigh. Back and forth, whatever you want to do. But it is good to get your legs up every once in a while. Let that blood flow down. It's really good for recovery. If you happen to be up in a shoulder stand, you can do a couple things from here. You can go into a plow pose if you want. You really want to stretch out, which is bringing your feet over your head, touching your feet down to the floor. Okay, that's one way to come out of it, even if you want. Or if you're up here, just try to slowly lower yourself down. You can use your arms. One more exercise or one more pose I want to do. It's called Happy Baby. It's really good for stretching out your hips. So you're gonna bring your legs up and your knees are gonna go wide. You can either grab the outside of your foot or you can use your peace fingers, like your first two fingers, and grab your first toe if you want. And then you're just gonna kind of let your legs fall open. Wobble side to side a little bit. If you go side to side, you can massage your spine a little while you're at it. This is a nice hip opening exercise. Okay? Drop your hands, drop your feet. Roll onto your right side. I'm going to go to my left just so I can face towards you, but roll onto your right side. And then sit yourself up, use your hands. And we're just going to finish this out by sitting comfortably. You can cross your legs if you want. But we're just going to do 3 more deep breaths. This time we're going to start with our arms down. As we inhale, the arms are going to come up. As we exhale, we're going to put our palms together and drop them down. So we'll do that 3 times. Okay, everybody ready? So inhale, arms up, look up. Palms together, exhale. Again, inhale, arms up. Exhale, arms come down. One more time. Inhale, palms come together, and exhale. Thank you so much for doing this yoga practice with me today. I look forward to continuing these exercises and these workouts with you, and let me know what you want to see next. Have a good week, and hopefully we will see you soon. Bye-bye.